name's Kevin Sidebottom, and I'm a speaker, author, and trainer, and I work with sales organizations to help them increase their profits, decrease the sales cycle, and do so with a common language so that way the whole team walks out and conquers the world. Today, let's talk about what makes a successful sales manager. Now, if you're watching this video in front of a sales manager, probably hit pause. But if not, hey, let's dive in. And first, we really want to talk about what a sales manager typically is, what it's defined, and what bad sales managers are, so that way we can define what a good and successful sales manager is. All right. The first is, managers are typically defined as someone who manages people and processes. Well, that sounds boring and doesn't really help us, does it? We actually really want to look at a sales leader or coach, sales coach. That's what the term should really be, not just to manage people, okay? Because that doesn't really do anything for growth. Now, here's what bad sales managers look like. People who bark orders, scream at you, tell you you're not doing enough, keep yelling at you to keep you doing more, and constantly are adding negative comments that do nothing but demoralize you. That's not a good sales manager. And I'm sure you've had some of those bad ones and you've all experienced it. I know I have. I've had everything from bad to really great and everything in between. But what a successful sales manager is somebody who's going to help us. Okay? Now, I've had, like I said, bad sales managers, but I've also had great ones where it was like when I left, I was actually getting kind of emotional because I was sad to leave because they were such a great person that I trusted and helped me greatly. But it was time for me to leave. Okay? Those type of sales managers you usually see is actually seeing their sales team being promoted, not just leaving the organization, but actually being promoted consistently. Those are successful sales managers. Okay? And what do? Well, these sales managers are actually trying to add value to their team. That's right. They're adding value. They're finding ways to connect with their team, to give them new tips, tricks, tools, bring in sales trainers, helping them learn. It could even just be by reading books together as a team and discussing the topics about business and how to grow. But these guys are constantly pouring in to their teams because they care about them. And that's right. They care about them. They want to add value because they care. Now, if you're a sales manager and you're looking over at your team members and they're not really focused in on you, they're just answering some questions and getting off a call, well, maybe it's time to make a change. Now, the other thing that makes a really successful sales manager is being a coach. Yeah, not the kind of coach you see on the sidelines for NFL or college where they got a whistle and they're screaming and they just look like they're about to have an aneurysm. That's not the kind of sales manager and coach I'm talking about. What I'm talking about for a coach is something I learned when I went to John Maxwell's certification, so I could become a coach as well. And this guy is pretty much the leadership guru of the 21st century. And he taught us a different way to coach. Brings in different people from different organizations that are fantastic coaches and managers or leaders, if you will. But what he's taught people to do is actually coach people by asking them questions. Now, it's kind of like what a therapist would do, but not where we're crying and learning about our childhood. It's basically coaching us in a situation and asking us, what is the best situation for you? And deriving the answers from within us as members of the team to answer that question for each of us. That kind of coach that pulls out our questions is somebody who's helping us grow and helping us create value in ourselves and defining what success looks like for each of ourselves. They're coaching us. They're not yelling at us and telling us not to think, but just to execute something. They're actually caring about us and helping us. That is what a successful person looks like. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. My contact information is below. And if you like the video, hey, like, subscribe, share it with somebody. Hopefully it adds value to them. That's what I'm here to do. We'll catch you next time. Of us. That kind of coach that pulls out our questions is somebody who's helping us grow and helping us create value in ourselves and defining what success looks like for each of ourselves. They're coaching us. They're not yelling at us and telling us not to think, but just to execute something. They're actually caring about us and helping us. That is what a successful person looks like. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. My contact information is below. And if you like the video, hey, like, subscribe, share it with somebody. Hopefully it adds value to them. That's what I'm here to do. We'll catch you next time.